All right. Well, hi, everybody, and welcome into the Brownwood Lions Coaches Show. Here on this Monday, joined in the studio by Brownwood Lions head football coach, athletic director, Sammy Burnett. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Carl. How are you?
I wish I'd never brought my pickle in. That's one thing. People know about my yodeling pickle.
They do?
I brought it in. I cleaned out my... Yeah, you do now. You've only played it about 100 times this morning.
It's a pretty talented pickle.
It is, isn't it?
Oh, it's invisible now.
Wait.
See how talented
Wait a minute. They can't see my pickle.
See how talented it is?
Wait a minute. Oh, brother. There we go. For everybody that wants to know, this was Derek's gift to me during the rodeo last year. That's funny, though. I didn't realize it wouldn't blend in, but anyway, here we are, Coach. What a great start we're off to.
Yes, we are.
Did you have a good weekend?
I did have a good weekend.
Awesome, man.
Got to go deer hunting. Dr. Bon Young took me deer hunting once again. A very generous person. Got to shoot me a doe. The only thing you can shoot now is doe, but I saw a big old fat one, so I shot it, and I'll provide jerky for the crew.
All right. That venison jerky is good stuff. I remember you bringing us some last year, and it was top notch.
Well, thank you.
And we look forward to that, don't we?
Yes, sir.
You bet. Star?
Yes.
All right. Bruce? Yes. All right. Well, here we are. It was kind of a busy week, and here we are on a Monday.
Yeah, I would like to apologize. I'm sitting in my office doing work on Friday evening, and I get a text from Carl or a call 1 to 2 going, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm sitting at my desk working, waiting for the girls' basketball game." They said, "Well, good, because we don't have anybody else to call the game, and we're at the bottom of our barrel, and you are there." So I got to call the girls' basketball game, which was actually, I enjoyed it. I'm sorry for the people that had to listen, but I enjoyed the game. It gave me a different insight on it.
You
so
did
it's
a
pretty
great
neat.
job.
I don't
You
know about
really,
that, but
really did.
not my cup of tea. But I enjoyed doing it with you. That's for sure.
And we'll probably do it again. So I appreciate you filling in for Sean and for Scott, who are both out for various reasons.
Right.
So there you go. And I thought you really did a great job. So I appreciate that. And unfortunately, the girls lost, but they played hard on Friday night.
I tell you, I thought it was a good ball game. I mean, it's hard to say that when you're not victorious, but we had opportunities, and I thought we turned the ball over. I think we had 22 turnovers, which I know Coach Hortz will address. That's a lot of points given up on turnovers and not opportunities to score points because you don't get the ball to the bucket. But I thought when we got the ball to the bucket, we had good opportunities. We made good passes. We just didn't finish those plays for some reason, whatever it was. And I don't know what our shooting percentage was.
26%.
Yeah, which was probably one of our season lows. But if you take those variables right there, those three things we're talking about, shooting percentage and not finishing those plays when you're 2 or 3 foot from the bucket, or the turnovers, I mean, it's a different ball game. So I think that there's always something you can gain from a loss, and I know that Coach Hortz is looking at those and explaining those to the girls. It's not a team that we don't feel we can't beat. We feel we can beat them. So I think they'll rebound from that, and they'll focus this week and work on those things and stress those things. But all in all, I really thought it was a good game, and the score wasn't really indicative of that, but I thought it was a good basketball game.
Me too. And they're back in action tomorrow. A very good Lampasas team. They're on a roll right now.
Yeah, we'll go to Lampasas. The girls will play at 5 and 5 with the JV and the freshmen, and the girls' varsity game scheduled for 6:30. Lampasas has a couple of big girls inside, so we're going to be back at what we are trying to do last week with the big girl from Glenrose and try to keep them to make sure they make their buckets on the perimeter, not inside. But Lampasas has a good basketball team, so we're going to have our hands full. Hopefully we can get in the win column on Tuesday.
Yeah, as you said, varsity time 6:30. We'll have that game here on KOXE. Hopefully fans can make it down. Tell us how the boys did this weekend and what they've got.
Remember, the boys played level land in Colorado City, so they met halfway, and I think they were. I think the score was 77-65, so a victorious game for them. They're still rolling. Coach Parker's got some good things going with those guys at all levels. JV's doing fine, and the freshmen doing fine, and they were off, but they're going to be open on Tuesday, so they'll kick off their first district game on Friday, and that's the boys and girls will both be playing Gatesville.
All right, had a little soccer tournament action for both the girls and boys this weekend.
Yeah, our girls went to the Gatesville tournament. They played 2 games. They scored, I think, with 30 seconds left of that first game against must be a pretty strong Waco Robinson team, because our girls are pretty powerful, and they tied that game 1-1. So congratulations to them for finding a way to get that tie. And then they went on and played Gatesville and were victorious in that game 2-0. They lost the game with a school that backed out. I can't remember the name of the school, so they were 1 game short of what they wanted to in that tournament, but congratulations for them. Our boys traveled to Georgetown and played in a pretty strong Georgetown tournament. They dropped their matches to, I've never heard of a couple of them, Austin Harmony, and then Austin LASA. And then we dropped a game to Crockett. So those boys are going to continue to work hard. They're under new leadership with Coach Westerman, and we look for good things for them in the future. The girls will play tomorrow night at Gordon-Wood Stadium at 4 with the JV, at 6 with the varsity against Burnett. And then our boys will travel to Abilene Cooper and play the Cougars at 5 o'clock and at 7 o'clock tomorrow.
All right, so plenty of stuff tomorrow, basketball and soccer. Powerlifting starts up, I think, too, this week.
Powerlifting will go to Lampasas on Thursday. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to check my schedule and make sure, but I'm almost positive that softball will kick off Friday. And then that means baseball will kick off the next Friday on the 21st. So those things are in swing. I know we got our first golf tournament on the 31st of January, so golf will be going. Track's already started, and our kids are working on their running every day, and that'll kick up pretty soon. But we have everything come pretty much in a couple of weeks. Everything will be full force.
Boy, it sure will. It will start getting busy for sure. All right, we have the BCS College Championship game tonight. You and I have already made our picks. They've been locked away in a mayonnaise jar since Wednesday.
And the mayonnaise, did you clean the mayonnaise out of that jar first?
I knew there was something. Yeah, I'll let you dig the results out then. You picked Georgia, which means I picked Alabama, although secretly I'm still rooting for Georgia, okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good ball game. I hope it's not like the previous two, but I think it's going to be a good ball game. But it'd be nice to see Georgia, who I really think is the better football team. I know that they didn't do well in the big SEC championship against Auburn, but against Alabama. But anytime you play Alabama, you better bring your A game. They understand what it means to play in the national championship. They've been there many, many times, and another opportunity for one of I'm drawing a blank now. What's the coach at Alabama? Nick Saban's proteges to try to get a victory over him. Only one time in 26 attempts or 25 attempts.
And who was that, Derek Stuckley?
It wasn't the guy at Texas. It was the guy at Aggieland.
That'd be next year.
That'd be next year. That's what I'm talking about. So hopefully it's a good game. And it's crazy. We talked, and I'm still sort of milling around the thought of what if we made a 32-team tournament or something and made those bowl games a little bit more appealing for people to play in. You got so many people opting out now and not playing and that kind of stuff, or don't think it's important to play those bowl games. But if you put some kind of bracket that involved more players, more teams, I think we'd have a better bowl season. It'd be more like college basketball, which would be neat to see. You look at their schedule, I think they play a 12-game schedule and then a bowl game if they play a conference championship. And in high school football, you got to play 16 games to win a championship. So why not make it a 15, 16 game season if you make it that far, and let's have a champion that way.
Yeah. Derek mentioned Alabama, Texas. They're kicking off the season in 2022. How about that?
I bet old Sark's pretty excited about that opportunity.
I bet he's just thrilled to death to try to beat his old coach right there.
Oh, there's another one. That's true. He's to work.
A disciple. Yeah, that's what Derek said next year.
Well, we missed the bowl this year. We're preparing for Alabama.
I hear you. I hope they beat them. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do.
Anyway, that'll kick off the 2022 college football season. Texas and Alabama. My goodness. I don't think they've played since the national championship game. What was that, 8 or 10 years ago?
That's plenty. Whatever year.
You know, if they don't lose McCoy in that game, they win it.
Of course they do.
They were in it the whole time. They win that game.
Yeah, Colt McCoy got knocked out of that game.
Speaking of ball games, we did secure a week 2 game with Marble Falls, who's dropping down from 5A. Made a good run this last year in 5A Division 2. I think they went 3 or 4 rounds. And we did pick up a game with them for week 2, so we're still 1 week away from having a full schedule, as we know right now, until alignment comes out. There may be a chance in alignment that we would need a week 5 game, but possibility that we may. So we're still trying to find a week 5 game, but we did solidify week 4. So most of our preseason's set.
Hey, how about that? So you've got Wiley. Can you kind of go through that?
Yeah, we got Wiley, who's going to be a really strong team, sort of in the same boat as Texas. I mean, they're going to have a lot of kids coming back. They got good numbers. So we'll kick off the season with Wiley. Then week 2, we'll play Marble Falls, who's dropping down from 5A Division 2 to 4 Division 1. Then we'll play Burnett, and then week 4 will be Glen Rose, who's a strong team who had now I'm gonna draw a blank. Pleasant Grove in the playoffs, 2nd round or 3rd round. They had them on the ropes, and Pleasant Grove scored late to beat them. Had a strong junior class that's coming back, so they're going to be a worthy opponent in Glen Rose. And then still don't know who we have week 5.
Well, of course, it depends on realignment too, and there's always a chance. You know, with Burnett, maybe Division 1, who knows? If they put us down south, even Marble Falls. So,
yeah, you know,
that'd be a hoopty.
It'd be tough. You know,
Man.
we talked about scheduling that Marble Falls game earlier in the year, but I was concerned that we may go that way, and he doesn't seem to have any concerns at all. So we went ahead and solidified that game, and who knows? You never jump up and you're maybe in a district with Lampasas, Burnett, Marble Falls, Fredericksburg. Who knows? So
Yeah.
We'll find that out on February the 3rd.
Can't wait. Anything going on with our off-season strength and conditioning program?
I think it's going really well. We lift in the mornings. We start about 6:30. We lift those kids in every morning, Monday through Friday, and then during the period we work on our speed, try to get our kids stronger and faster, and that's throughout the program. It's important that our kids gain the strength and the speed that they need to go out there and compete at the highest level. And then, of course, after school, our kids go and do their sports, whatever sport they're involved in at the time, and we do our track and that kind of stuff. But I think our kids' attitudes are really strong right now. I thought the break did them really good, having some time away. But, boy, the last week and then this morning, our kids got in there, and they're leading each other. They're working hard, and it's just becoming second nature, which is important for us, and that culture is starting to grow more and more. So we're still fighting some kids being out with some sicknesses and some things like that. But, you know, we got the 4-H and FFA, the Ag Show, the county fairs coming up this week. We have some kids out on that. I know band is working on their contests and all that, so we have kids going everywhere, but they're working hard, and I really believe idle minds make poor decisions. So the more our kids are doing and the more they're involved, the better off they're going to be and be more well-rounded. So a lot of things going on right now.
All right. Any thoughts on the Cowboys finishing up with a win over a depleted Eagles team Saturday, heading into the playoffs?
Well, they depleted themselves a little bit in that second half too, and put everybody on the bench, and they just kept scoring and scoring and scoring. It was pretty impressive. So I truly believe if the Cowboys' offense is consistent and they play to their potential, I think they can make a good run and possibly play for a Super Bowl title. But you know, if we look back at last week and what they did with the Cardinals, if we sputter like that on offense, it doesn't matter how good your defense is. You got to still score some points to win it. But I think if they can click and run the ball like they did last night, it was last night, wasn't it? Yeah, Saturday night. If they run the ball like they did Saturday night and they continue to play strong defense and don't get some injuries, I think they can make a run, and Cowboy Nation can get excited again. It's been since, what, 95?
96 was
96
the
was the last one?
Yeah, win.
Wow.
Yeah, they got the 49ers at 3:30 Sunday at AT&T Stadium. 49ers, from the game I saw, looked really good against the Rams yesterday. Their defense is solid. So
Well, I don't worry about everybody else's defense per se, because our offense is pretty good when they get rolling, and our defense is good. But I'm glad that they're not matching up with the Cardinals again after a couple of weeks ago they dropped that game. So that could have been the matchup. But I think, you know, with Green Bay losing and I think the Rams lost, was that what it was? It bumped them up to a little higher, number 3 instead of 4, so we'll take it.
Absolutely. All right, Cedric Wilson had a big game on Saturday. I'm telling you, this kid can be a star, I think. He's made some big plays this year. came up big. 5 catches, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns on Saturday.
That's number one, isn't it?
It is
He's
number
one
one.
with Gallup going down. I don't know how long he's out. If he may be out for the season, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's
Is
done.
he ACL or something like
Yeah.
that? Yeah, that was a big loss. So for him to step up and play like he did, that's big.
All right. Coach, a good show today. Is there anything else, Lady Lions, athletic-wise or otherwise?
No, just our soccer team's playing on Tuesday at home, so that's tomorrow. So come on out and watch them if you have nothing to do. Bring a jacket or something and watch our girls soccer team, and then we'll pick it up towards the end of the week. But other than that, let's thank those that make this show possible. Auto Glass Magic, Bruner Auto Group, Syntex Body and Paint, Syntex Equipment Sales, Citizens National Bank, Dan Hill Containers, Dr. Bon Young, Dr. Pepper Bottling Company, Edward Jones Investment, Hendrick Medical, Howery Enterprises, Humphrey Peets, Landmark Life, MC Bank, Painter & Johnson Associates, Smith & Sharp Agency, Sonic Drive-In, Stanley Chrysler, Texas Bank, The Real Talk with Chad Valdez Podcast, Weldon Wilson Electric, Western Bank, and Willie's Teas.
Coach, thank you, and we'll visit again on Wednesday.
You bet. Have a great day, Brownwood.
Brownwood Lions head football coach, athletic director Sammy Burnett. Coaches show every Monday and Wednesday at this time here on 101.3 KOXC, on the KOXC KBWD Facebook, and video streamed at KOXC.com.